So here we are with my entry to Lewitt's mixing contest, and I got all the way through the mix down and into the mastering, and I was like, oh, there's something I need to fix. So I don't know exactly if the levels in this are going to be passable, but you can at least get the idea of where I'm heading. This thing has been a big challenge for me because, first of all, I'm mixing somebody else's tracks. If I'm the tracking engineer, I know where the mic placement's going to go. I have an end result in my head of what I want. And so if I'm mixing somebody else, I don't exactly know what he wanted to do with the sausage mic. I know from looking at their video that they use a sausage mic to get the shell sound, but honestly in this I'm not skilled enough to understand, to be able to pick that out. I've got a little bit of it in here, but that's just one example. In addition, why this is so challenging is that this bass has got such a wide frequency range because of all the processing and effects on it, and it's almost like an accompaniment, not just providing low end. It's there to provide part of that wall of sound supporting the guitar, and because the keys and the guitar aren't really there behind the vocalists all the time. The only thing that's always there are the drums and a bass. So getting the bass to fit to provide this sort of support, this platform, while the vocalists are there, and then fit the guitars and the keys in there, and not have everything just a big mash. It has been a challenge. And also, I don't like a live sound typically. One of my favorite live albums is from Tower of Power, and I think it's sold out, but it's from 1998. And to me, I know I've seen them live. They're pretty tight. I've heard every single one of their albums. They're pretty tight, but I can't imagine that show sounded quite that tight. I think that they had to come back and overdub some parts after the show. So that's what I would probably do in this, because I like things to be, well, let's face it, a little bit overproduced when it's somebody else's, whenever I'm doing a client's recording. And if you go through and look at my stuff, I sort of slapdash mine together. It's like the cobbler's children don't wear any shoes, but I like everybody else's to sound super tight, and that's what I would like from this. And this is a challenge to me because there's stuff all over the place. You've got some compressed vocals that, especially because they're moving around on the mics, that compression really pulls out the fact that they're moving. I've got that, and then I've got really squished keys and this bass that's pretty much all over the place. And then as he's, I think he's using a pick. Whenever he gets a little bit of fret noise or whatever it is, with all that processing, you get a sort of sound. So dealing with all those things, and then rumble in the room, and then still trying to make sure it sounds live. This is why it doesn't sound like a studio production. It's not like a really bad studio production. It is a great production of a live performance. That's a lot of the challenge for me. So if my mouse will stay connected, come on, baby. I don't know what it is. You get a GoPro going, and Apple's like, oh, I can't keep the mouse connected. All right, let's see if we can do this with. Here we go. So there you have it, as it stands. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Tear it apart. Give me a good critique. Yeah, there's some things I'm going to change, and that I notice even when I'm putting the video together. I go, there's always something, and I think that's probably the artist's plight. You never seem to be able to finish anything completely, but still like to hear what you have to say. Thanks for watching, and hey, subscribe if you feel so inclined. I'd appreciate it.